Have you ever felt that someone finally saw your soul? As if, after so much time, their eyes pierced through all the layers and truly observed who you are? The angels say that moment has arrived. Something silent, yet profound, has awakened in that person's heart. And it was your light that illuminated the path for this awakening. For a long time, this person walked through life with their eyes wide open but their heart closed. They sought answers in the external world, trying to fit into molds, into expectations, into stories that weren't theirs. But then you came along. And without making a fuss, without trying to convince anyone, you simply were who you are. And that was enough to shake everything up. The angels reveal that this person initially felt uncomfortable. It was as if they were standing in front of a mirror, reflecting forgotten parts of their own soul. You brought to the surface old memories, buried emotions, dreams they had long since forgotten. And amidst all of this, a new feeling began to grow, strong, silent, and impossible to ignore. The connection you share didn't happen by chance. It was written long before you met. It's as if your souls already knew each other from other times, from different paths. And now this person is being guided by the angels to look inward, to dive into themselves, and finally see you with the eyes of the soul, those that recognize true love. But why now? Why have they only just begun to see what has always been there? The angels whisper that everything has its time. This person needed to mature, face their shadows, overcome old pains. And only then, with a more open heart, could they recognize the value of your presence. Your energy, your patience, your truth, all of it has left profound marks. You might have felt like you were giving without receiving, like you were pouring yourself out, while on the other side there was silence. But the angels assure, nothing was in vain. Every gesture you made, every word you said, every time you chose to love instead of giving up, all of that was planted. And now, the fruits are beginning to grow. This person is about to open up like never before. There's a new tenderness in her eyes. A different sparkle when she talks about you, even if she doesn't say your name. The people around her are starting to notice. They're beginning to ask. And she, who always shied away from intense feelings, can no longer hide. Because what she feels for you can no longer be contained in her heart. And the angels say, this is just the beginning. Inside her, a battle has been won. The struggle between fear and love, between control and surrender. And love has prevailed. For the first time, this person wants to be transparent, wants to show herself fully. She wants to know who you are beyond what she already knows. And more than that, she wants to be someone worthy of the love you offered so generously. The angels reveal that a great transformation is underway. This person is not just falling in love. She is awakening, discovering a new way to love, deeper, truer. And this love has a name, yours. The name she now whispers in her thoughts, in her prayers, in her dreams. Because, at last, she has seen. And she can no longer unsee. Take a deep breath, dear soul. What is to come will be intense, but full of light. You have planted with love, and now the universe is moving to deliver to you what is rightfully yours. Keep your heart open. The angels are by your side, preparing the stage for a revelation that will change everything. Because when love is true, it finds a way to blossom. In the silence of the days that have passed, this person began to feel your absence in a new way. It wasn't just longing. It was as if something was missing from their very essence. The angels reveal that they started to realize your presence had a healing effect, as if you were a bridge between internal chaos and a peace they never knew how to name. And now, without you around, everything seems less vibrant. It is in this emptiness that the greatest revelations arise. When the noise of the world quiets down, the soul begins to speak louder. This person heard that voice. They remembered your laughter, your words, the way you looked at them without expecting anything in return. And in this retrieval of memories, they began to realize how blind they had been to something essential. You had always been there, whole, true, ready to love. For a long time, this person hid behind excuses. They told themselves it wasn't the right time, that they needed more time, that they didn't know what they wanted. But now the angels reveal that they realize it was actually fear speaking. Fear of not being enough, fear of losing themselves, fear of surrendering and not knowing what to do with so much love. But that fear is starting to dissolve. The love you offered was different from anything they had known. It was calm yet deep, intense yet free. You didn't try to change this person. You saw them. And that true vision is rare. That's why they feel touched in a way they can't explain. And that's why now, the angels are nudging them toward a movement they had been avoiding, looking within and acknowledging what they feel for you. And it is in this internal dive that she finds not only love, but also courage. The courage to admit that you are important, that your presence is irreplaceable, that there is no one else who brings out in her what you bring out. And even though doubts and wounds still linger, the desire to get closer is stronger. Because being without you is no longer bearable. Because being away from you comes at too high a price. You might feel that something is changing. Small signs begin to emerge. A lingering gaze, a message at an odd hour, a gesture of care disguised as casualness. The angels say these signs are her heart trying to express itself before her mind can intervene. It's her soul speaking directly to yours, asking for a new chance to connect. She has been thinking a lot about what she would say if given the opportunity to face you in person. It wouldn't be a rehearsed speech. It would be something simple yet truthful. Something like, "I'm sorry. I didn't see it before, but I see it now. And this now is real." The angels affirm that she is more present, more aware, more willing to let down her defenses to experience something authentic. There is an invisible force moving all of this. A divine synchronicity that causes paths to cross at just the right moment. You don't need to chase after it or force situations. The angels are taking care of the behind the scenes. And this person, even without fully understanding, is being guided closer to you, to rebuild that bridge with more maturity, more sensitivity, more truth. You are a transforming presence. Even without saying anything, your energy speaks. Your way of being teaches, heals, inspires. And this person is beginning to understand that. They are seeing in you a kind of lighthouse. Someone who shines without intruding, who embraces without demanding. And her desire now is simple, to be close, to be together, to stop wasting time pretending she doesn't feel. So, dear soul, stay strong. The love you gave is returning, purified by the hands of angels. The heart that seemed distant is awakening. And what was once silence is now turning into a desire for reunion. This person has seen you, not with ordinary eyes, but with the eyes of the soul. And that changes everything. Because when the soul recognizes, there's no turning back. This journey of recognition is not easy for them. The angels show that, in realizing how essential you are, they also had to confront everything they denied for so long. This internal confrontation has deeply shaken their foundation. It's as if suddenly, all certainties have collapsed. But in place of those certainties, something far more powerful is born, the truth. The truth that you are not just someone who passed by. You made a mark. You left a trace. You touched places that no one else ever reached. And now, this person realizes they were blind, too busy protecting themselves, avoiding love. But love found a crack and entered. It came in with strength, with tenderness, with light. And now, they can no longer deny it. It's common for resistances to arise in this process. This person may try to rationalize what they feel, telling themselves they are confused, that it's better to keep their distance. But the angels assure, all of this is part of the awakening process. Because true love does not impose itself. It invites, embraces, waits. And you have been doing exactly that, even without realizing it. The angels reveal that, little by little, this person is starting to appreciate what they previously took for granted. Your attentive listening, your patient way, your kindness during times when everything seemed to fall apart. And now they understand. What you offered was not common. It was precious. It was rare. And this rarity is becoming evident now that they observe everything with the eyes of the soul. She has been feeling your presence even on days when you don't talk. It's as if the energy between you two continues to dance in the invisible. A thought of yours echoes in her. A feeling of hers resonates in you. This connection is spiritual. And the angels say that when two souls are connected like this, there is no distance that can completely separate them. There is a question that this person keeps asking herself. How did I not see this before? And this question takes her to deep places within herself. To childhood memories, to old traumas, to moments when she learned not to trust love. But now, she is breaking this cycle. And what motivates her is not the fear of loneliness, it's the genuine desire to experience something real with you. She may not yet know how to act. She might feel insecure, fearful, worried about being rejected. But the angels are whispering in her heart, saying, go, speak, feel. And little by little, she begins to take steps. Still shy, still uncertain, but full of intention. Each step brings her closer to you, to what she knows deep down is love. You may have felt forgotten, ignored, undervalued. But the angels affirm, that has never been the truth. What happened was that this person didn't know how to handle what you awakened in her. It was too big, too beautiful, too frightening. And now, she is learning to feel without running away. To love without hiding. To recognize without delaying any longer. This transformation is slow, but real. And when she finally allows herself to come to you, it will not be out of impulse or neediness. It will be by choice. A mature, conscious, enlightened choice. The angels are guiding every step of this process, taking care of every detail so that this reunion happens in a harmonious, serene, blessed way. So trust, dear soul. Everything that seemed lost is being restored. The love that felt silent is becoming audible. The truth that was hidden is being revealed. And you are at the center of it all. Because your presence was the seed. Your light was the beginning. And now what blossoms is a love that finally allows itself to be lived, wholeheartedly, truthfully, with soul. The angels show me that, even in the face of all this transformation, there is a part of this person that still fears not being understood. They wonder if you still feel the same, if time and silence have erased what once existed. But their heart insists. It insists on beating stronger when they think of you. It insists on believing that there is still space to start over. And it is at this point that faith becomes essential. Faith in what is not seen, but felt. Faith that true love does not fade with distance, it only matures. The angels whisper that you, with your warm soul, have the power to turn doubts into courage. And this person is about to take a step that will require more from the heart than the mind. They may not come with grand declarations. They may arrive with a simple gesture, a message, a memory, an unassuming invitation. But behind that gesture will be an avalanche of contained feelings. The angels ask that you look beyond the words, beyond superficial actions. Because their heart will be fully present in that gesture. The reunion, when it happens, will not just be physical. It will be a spiritual reconnection. As if the souls recognize each other again, but with more maturity, with more truth. You will feel in their gaze that something has changed. They will no longer be the same person who hesitated. They will be someone who has gone through a deep internal process and has returned transformed by love. This person is learning to love in a new way. A way that doesn't try to control, that doesn't demand perfection, but simply chooses to stay. And this is a reflection of what you've taught through your presence. The angels say that you are like a teacher of love, not through words, but through example. Through the way you love with freedom and surrender. It's common that on this journey, moments of doubt arise, even after a reunion. But the angels ask you not to get stuck in these ups and downs. Healing often involves fluctuations. The important thing is that now there is a true intention to move forward. And that intention is strong enough to navigate challenges with ease and faith. You will notice small changes in this person's behavior. They will listen to you more, observe you with more attention, and want to understand better what makes you smile and what worries you. These details will be their way of saying, "I care," even if the words don't come easily. The angels ask that you receive this with kindness. Her heart, once closed, now beats with more presence. She feels the urge to protect you, to support you, to walk by your side in a more present way. And this isn't just a whim. It's a decision. A silent choice, but filled with meaning. The angels are around, enveloping this movement with light, guiding each step closer with wisdom. There are blessings reserved for this love. Blessings that only manifest when two souls decide to grow together. And you are being invited into this. To a journey where love is not an end, but a means of evolution. Where every glance, every touch, every conversation becomes an opportunity to heal and be healed. So, illuminated soul, get ready. What lies ahead is the continuation of everything you've patiently and truthfully sown. The angels celebrate your journey, your commitment, your courage to love even without guarantees. And now, the universe is preparing to give back. Because when love is genuine, it returns. And it returns with strength, grace, and purpose. The angels now ask that you look at yourself with the same tenderness you offer to others. Because everything you've given up to this point, even in silence, even in absence, has been guided by a massive heart. You are more than enough. And this story, this reconnection, this love that returns, is also a reflection of your own healing. This person who is now approaching with greater awareness is not just here to love, but also to learn. To learn from you what true surrender is. To learn to trust. To learn that love requires no masks, no strategies, no games. The angels reveal that this will be a new cycle, where both of you can be whole, without fear, without reservations. You will no longer be the one who waits. You will be the one who chooses. Choosing who to share your light, your peace, your heart with. And this choice will come with reciprocity. Because this person now sees. Sees what you have always been, what you have always offered, what you have always kept alive even when it seemed everything was fading away. The love that was once a secret desire will now become a possible reality. The angels show scenes of a near future, sincere conversations, exchanges of meaningful glances, hands that naturally reach for each other. Small gestures, but ones that carry the weight of everything felt in silence for so long. This story isn't about ready-made happy endings. It's about building. About two hearts that decide, day by day, to meet halfway. With respect, with listening, with soul. And that, dear soul, is what sets ordinary stories apart from those guided by the divine. You are writing a new version, one that is more conscious, more mature, more profound. The angels also ask that you remain open to change. This reconnection may bring up old emotions, insecurities that seem to be overcome. But all of this is part of the healing process. True love doesn't erase wounds. It embraces them, holds them, and transforms them. And you are ready for that. Allow yourself to be cared for, to be heard, to be truly loved. For too long, you have been the foundation for others. But now, the angels want you to receive. To feel how deserving you are of a love that builds, that consoles, that expands. This new phase will bring beautiful surprises, not because they will be perfect, but because they will be real. You can look forward to moments of lightness, of laughter, of shared peace. But also to conversations that heal, to silences that comfort, to presences that require no explanation. This person is learning to be all of that by your side. And they are willing. Because now they understand that true love does not shout, it stays. The angels conclude this message with a reminder: you did not come this far by chance. Everything you have lived, felt, and overcome has prepared you for this moment. For this love that returns with a new awareness. For this reunion that will not be like the past, because now both of you are new. And that is a gift. Embrace this new cycle with an open heart. Trust in the wisdom of the angels, who are already preparing the next steps. You are not alone. Love is coming to meet you, not as a rescue, but as a celebration. Because when the eyes turn inward, and the soul recognizes what has always been there, there is no longer room for doubt. Only for love.